Yeah. Where's the blade, bitch? Take out your blade. What did she say? Take out your blade. Jam it into your throat. Oh, where is my blade? Jam it into your throat. I could have sworn I put scissors in this room too. Maybe I didn't. Could have sworn I put scissors in too. Bitch, we're going from the bottom, bitch. Let's just go from the fucking bottom, bitch. Take out your blade. Jam it into your throat. I feel like that's not what she said, but I feel like that is what she said. Stick out your blade. Jam it into your throat. Jam it into your throat. Take out your blade. Thrust it in your throat. That seems more like appropriate for what she would say. Take out your blade. I know you fucking lying, bitch. Take out your blade, bitch. Okay, bitch. Take out your blade. Jam it into your throat. Jam it into your throat. Bitch. Jam it into your throat. So I came on live.
But more importantly, this is the thing. I'm gonna tell you something. Thank you, Noah. I remember when I was going away to a summer camp. Some of you may remember 4-H. 4-H. It was like the four clothing. Yeah, I was in the 4-H club. Right. So there was a 2-week. I met one of my first husbands.
Girl.
Was this one of the 4? No. I didn't know about the 4 then. So why did you say it's a husband? Well, that's before I knew about a husband, that a man could have a husband. I was a man then. Just before the transition. I was a boy, a young boy. I was a young girl. I was a young girl. I was a young girl. You were a faggy. I was a young girl. How old were you? A young girl. How old? Way younger than Mo. So you were a faggy. And I was actually mistaken for a type 2. Damn. I'll take that as type. Okay. So thank you, Philip. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Clifton Powell. Wait a minute. I know that they Clifton Powell. Amen. I'm almost after Clifton Powell. Yeah. Thank you, Clifton Powell. Thank you, Deshaun. Thank you, Byron. Thank you, Jason. Wait, hold on. They done started canceling payments. Oh, girl, that's how my cash out, dude. They done started canceling payments, girl. I was canceled for protection. Protection, yes, what girl. Yeah. Thank you, Ruby the Jewel, Nicole Donald, Medium Mike, Selmer James, Rochelle Williams, my girl out in the Bay Area. I think that was it. Yeah, they done started canceling things, girl. Tony Durham. That's fucked up. Bitch, send it to my Zelle. Book TS Master. How did they do that? Yeah, they do that. But when I was going to 4-H, there was a 2-week camp. And I really thought that I was going to be able to go for 2 weeks. But I had never been away from home, da 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 da. And my mother was like, "Are you sure that you want to go for 2 weeks? Because I don't want to pay for 2 weeks if you're not going to go." I said, "No, girl, I'm going to go for 2 weeks. Sign me up for 2 weeks, baby." After that first week, bitch, they had us in the middle of the woods. Yeah. You didn't have a campfire, bitch. We were in the middle of the woods. There was bugs and shit. There was no air conditioning. And then, you had to use the bathroom out in the woods and shit. Bitch. And so what happened was after you went to that first week, you came home. You went home for the weekend. Then you had to return for the next week. So when I came home that weekend, I said, "Girl, I'm not going back. You got to find somebody else to go. I'm not going back. I'm sorry." But I really learned how to fellowship with people there. Yeah, it was okay. But I was a young girl, though. Right. But I say all of that to say, those of you who are holding out because you don't have one of your friends or someone that you know, like, expand your horizons. That was the lesson that my mother gave me. She said, you need to expand your horizons. You don't always need an entourage every time you go somewhere. And I didn't know what the word entourage meant at the time. I said, "What's an entourage?" I used to watch that show, Entourage. Yeah. And she was like, "Why do you need a bunch of people to go with you every time you go somewhere? You need to be independent and do some things on your own." Because the truth is, and I'm writing this in the book that I'm writing now, sometimes you have to do things on your own because sometimes you won't end up doing anything at all, waiting for people. You know what I mean? Like, you put off things because you're waiting for friends or family to get their money together or whatever's going on. Sometimes you have to do things on your own. But yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of my mother's death. It was. It was. It's been a year. It's been a year. Wow. Yesterday. And so yesterday started off a little emotional for me. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't even really thought about it. I hadn't really thought about it from a conscious place. But from a subconscious place and from a visceral place, I felt it. Like, I wasn't thinking about it, but I was feeling kind of like verklempt.
They're not Vaseline.
Yes, DER.
I'm trying to look at the reflection in your lenses.
I was feeling verklempt. I was feeling a little verklempt.
I mean,
I didn't know what it was.
you can just go on YouTube and look
at my phone. I got a text message
at what's on the lenses, you know, on the other side of the
and he
lens.
was like, "Hey, I just wanted to check in with you to see how you were doing," because he was close to my mom too, and he knew that it was the 1 year anniversary. And so it made sense why I was feeling the way that I was feeling. And so once I realized what was happening, immediately I felt
I was trying to tell you.
back to 1 year ago when she passed, and she passed at 4:13 a.m. Now, she passed on 10/4, October 4th, at 4:13 a.m. Now, if you use those numbers and you win something, I'm gonna need you to send me my portion over here to Cash App. It's a Zelle. That's right, because Cash App takes a little piece out of it. Cash App just closed my shit out for right now. So send it to the Zelle from me. Right. And if it's for me, send it around. Put me a note in there. It's all of those. What's wrong with clothes? See, Craig here? Sell this bootiest mess. And so what I did was, my friend Elliot said, I said, "No, I think I'm okay." But then after I texted him, a few tears kind of fell because I was thinking about what it felt like a year ago and all of the things and just how my life has changed in the years since she's been gone. And in particular, the things that she won't get to experience with me, I believe that she sees it and is aware of it. But in terms of being here to experience it with me, that's a completely different thing. Because my life has changed exponentially in the past year. And so Elliot said to me, "Well, what I usually do to honor my mother on the death of her anniversary day is I go out and I do something to honor her." And I said, "Oh, I like that idea." I said, so yesterday I went out and I got a pedicure. Included with auto zoo admission or membership. Get tickets at Visit Auto. Because my mother loved getting pedicures. So I went out to get a pedicure, and when my mom passed, she had her toenails painted green, this color green. And so I had my toenails painted green. I never paint my toenails, but it was a way for me to feel connected and closer. So I had my toenails painted green, and I put that on like my social media. And of course, when I was writing the post, I cried quite a bit because I miss my mom and I think about her a lot. Yeah. And so I shared that because I know that there's some of you who have lost loved ones, whether it was your mom or your grandmother or your dad. My message to you is to continue living your life. Don't collapse under grief, because I believe that your loved one, whoever it was, would want you to continue living and thriving. They would be so disappointed if they knew that you were collapsing under grief. And so, with that being said, continue to live your life in such a way that you live enough for you and for them. So again, coming back to the whole Antigua trip, don't be afraid of exploring and living and seeing this life for yourself. Because one of the things that I realize is all that I have left of this life is all that I have left of this life. In other words, I'm 49 now. And I have another 40 years, that's all I have left. So again, all you have left of this life is all that you have left. So live every single day fervently. Be excited about every single day. Don't let the minutia of every single day stop you. Whether it's your job, it's a relationship.
Can you calm down?
Left, family members. Like, you literally have to live your life for you. Being closeted, if you know you're a trans or you're a gay or you're queer, like, live your truth. Because you only get one life. It's there. And who wants to get to 70 years old or 80 years old or whatever it is and look back over your life and think, damn, I wish I had done this? That's a life of regret. So yeah. That's why I live with no regrets, Craig. Yeah. You know, my heart goes out to you every time you talk to me because I really love Miss Gladys. Yeah. And I remember I had my opportunity to really make her laugh. She lived for me. Yeah, she did. Miss Gladys still lived for me, girl, because they said I would have a good time with Miss Gladys. Yes. And I know that, like when we did that karaoke, do you go back and watch that? I do. We were in the backyard of my house, the house I bought you. And yes. Yes. And how we had such a good night. We had a very good night. It was a tribute to your mom that night. Yeah. Was it around my birthday? I can't remember if it wasn't because I was like, because we were just doing a tribute to Miss Gladys. And we were doing shows. We would do karaoke and stuff in the backyard. And we were lip syncing and stuff. And you weren't lip syncing, but you were saying, Gladys. Yeah, it was everyone could have had. Yeah. And it was just, and those are the memories that I have. Because sometimes, like, people on my Patreon, or even old YouTube videos, people will comment, and they'll come up, and I'll see the thumbnail, and it takes me back. And then sometimes I'll click on it and watch a few minutes. And it's just amazing to have that. And so, again, to those of you who have parents or relatives that are older, like, record those moments so that you can always have them. You know, because, so here's the other thing. Last week, I was looking in the closet. It was the room that my mom used to sleep in at my house. And so I looked in the closet, and there was a picture on the shelf in the closet. And I put the picture in there. There was a picture of my mom and her last 3 remaining sisters. My grandmother had 13 children. Now that my mom is gone, there are 3 sisters left. And I had seen the picture before. I had put the picture in the closet because my mother used to have it on the nightstand. And I had removed that picture and replaced it with a picture of me and my mom and put that on the nightstand. And I put the other picture in the closet. And so I peeked in the closet, and I kind of got transfixed. I was just kind of like standing there staring at it. Before I knew it, I was crying. Because in that moment, I had 15 thoughts. The first thought was,
when everything we do relies on technology, Every one of us relies on IT. Thankfully, they have you, and you have us. Ceasefire. Customer inspired.
How ironic is it that I have a picture in my house with my grandmother's last 4 remaining children, one of which is gone, which is my mom. There are 3 left. And it's just like the irony that of the 13 that she had, there were 3 left, and they were on the picture in my house. Then I started thinking, which one is going to be next to go? Then I thought, which one is going to be last to go? Then I thought, the people who have known me the longest in this life, in this world, are leaving the planet. Again, the tears are just falling. And it just made me think about how short life is, how important life is, how precious life is, and how quick it goes by. You know, and I think that we have to really think about the people that we care about. And again, this book that I'm writing now, it is really about the soul and how we need to do a better job of being better to each other as souls. Not as a trans person, not as a gay person, not as a black person, a white person, Asian. Like, we need to be better on a soul level. S-O-U-L. We have to be better on a soul level. Because then politics would be different. The way that we vote would be different. You understand what I'm saying? Like we have to start thinking on the way that we relationship would be different. The way that we have friendship, the way that we do business. Like, we have to start moving as souls, as human beings, as souls. And so all of this has provoked me, like losing my mind has provoked me to think about all of this stuff. So yeah, so that's it. I don't want to bring you guys down. I think it was good. It's not bringing it down. It just makes you think. It makes you think how you treat people as friends. Yeah. How you treat your loved ones. It makes you think, you know, like, because my mom was in Florida right now. My house was empty. Right. Yeah, my mom. She told me, he was like, I miss her already. And that was before she even left. Yeah. That was before Miss Mary left. Yeah. And you said, I miss her already. Girl, and me and Miss Mary were tearing down this bitch. We were being this motherfucker tearing this bitch down. Yeah. But I know that if I truly had one best friend, then that Miss Mary is my good. That's right. That's my Julie. That's right. I ain't got to worry about no falsities with her. Yeah. I don't have to worry about no backstabbing or anything. You know what I'm saying? And it I don't mean to bring it to a dark place, but it upsets me when I hear women talking about how I don't like black women. When I love my mother with all that I have. And not just that, it's just like I have to protect her from y'all a lot of times. Yeah. Yeah. I have to protect my mom from y'all attacking her. For loving you. For loving me. You know, and so it's insane to me when I hear that type of shit, you know, but it's just like it's empty. Yeah. And it puts me in the thought process of, wow, like, you know, we're all getting like, bitch, I'm headed to 50. How much more time does my mom have with me? Or how much more time do I have with my mom? You think about things when you age, like when you really age, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, you do. Because I think about it more, and I think, again, and I talk about this in the book, this new book that has not released yet, but I think about and I talk about how losing my mother brought death forward for me. I never really thought about death. I never really thought about what's next. Oh, girl, I think about that shit death all the time. Do you? Yes, especially when I'm boarding that plane. When I'm meeting new people, like who really wants to slide a knife in my back or in my throat. Yeah. Yeah. When I think about the evilness that I receive on the internet, I'm like, who's plotting to murder me? Yeah. You know, I think about that type of shit. Yeah. I'm always in a twisted thought of, you know, I know that you may not have done it because you get up damn day. Yeah. But think about it in a consistent thing, like it's about experience. Experience and also being a public figure, like especially after even watching Charlie Kirk get murdered in public. It was like, oh my God. And I've even thought about, with respect to that, him. Yeah, no, right. Let's be clear. Correct. Because I thought about, like, what if it was one of our people? God forbid, like a Jasmine Crockett. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've thought about that. Like, so again, for me, with respect to that whole Charlie Kirk thing, I can't necessarily say that I have remorse because it happened to him, because I believe that that's the karma that he ushered in.
Big Livid's one for you again, or a slim and then small size, and of course the Judy was scratching the booty. You see the little like scratches right there? I do love the little pocket detail.
And because he didn't believe in empathy, and he believed that it was important for people to have freedom, to have guns, and there were people who needed to be sacrificed. Those were his words. Those were his words, to have the liberties to have guns. But what I feel about on the other side of what I feel about what happened to him is sad that in this country we're able to get access or gain access to guns in that way that someone could be shot while they're just out speaking and talking. You know what I mean? So I thought about, like, our black people, like I said, the Jasmine Crockett's of the world, the Joy Ann Reeds of the world, the TSS. Correct. And it's just like Greg, the writer Swiss of the world. How will we feel? The people that stand up against tyranny, the people that advocate for all people's rights. That's right. The people that advocate specifically for black people. The people that advocate specifically for trans people. Right. That's right. That's right. I think about this type of stuff in public, like, oh my God, like, I don't even want to tell people like that I'm coming to a city unless I'm there. Yeah. Yeah. It's because I read the vitriolic conversations around my name, or I see the rage bait that people post shit about me. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, I see it. Like, I can't act like that I'm oblivious to it or close my eyes and be like, well, this is not going on. I see it, and people send it to me, and then my mom is over me seeing that shit, and I'd be like, Mommy, we can't absorb this. You know what I'm saying? But my mom be on high alert. Right. Yeah. And I think also with us doing this show, this is why I think that it's important that we talk about some of this stuff, but it's also important for us to have a light moment too, because I want you guys to be able to escape for a moment, but also still be vigilant and also still be paying attention. And again, I can't say this enough, like, be very much so aware of your surroundings. Be very careful moving in these political times by yourself as a single black man, and I don't mean single in the sense of a relationship, I mean moving around by yourself as a single black woman. Like, it's important to pay attention to your surroundings. I don't care how bad you think you are. It is not that important to be stopping to get gas at night, stopping at a bank machine at night. Like, be aware of your surroundings. And this is why the community is so important right now. Correct. Also, my black trans women. Every man that whistle at you and tell you you cute, that girl dropping that boy off over there, him turning and taking her home, he saved her life. She saved her own life. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop being so thirsty and hungry. Yeah. For dick, for trades, for men, for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking specifically to my black trans girls that's like really dick hungry or hungry for a trade telling them they're cute or looking for that type of validation. Like, watch many girls over the course of my life be taken away from this world. That's right. That is right. It's okay for you to be horny and tell a motherfucking trade bitch you got good. And even if you're a sex worker, that goes for females, trans women, it's okay to turn that money down. Yeah. Like pay attention to your instincts. Your instincts will never guide you wrong. It's that little whisper. It's that little second guess. It's that little thought. It's that little whisper that says, no, don't go this way, go this way. And you want to ignore it, but you can't ignore it. Yeah. You know? And that's in every aspect of your life. That's in business, that's in safety, that's in work, that's in personal. You know, you've got to pay attention to that instinct. That's just running around that's going to make sure that one is. Because that false positive will get you too. And your intuition tell you, like, that's a false positive. But you know you ate that king salmon. I know I ate that. Which the chicken, not friend of pasta. I am, okay. And you had two of these chocolate rest tonight. I'm sure you're not gonna have company tonight. So now they're gonna count pure. And y'all can still take my beer because I may get up in the middle of the evening. The night's still young. Is it? The night's still young. My sunshine has come.
This little thing helped me more than my last therapies. It's called the Pant, a lifelike plush toy designed and powered by AI. It makes you feel loved.
No more crying. You want to take one now? 3. Oh, you take 3 at a time. You need water. I'm going to get some from the sea. Spirit right here. Well, listen, those of you who have creaky knees and joints and bones and things, let me explain something to y'all. This liquid blends. Liquid blends is something else. Liquidblends.com with a Z. And use your promo code Craig the Writer. All one word, Craig the Writer. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I was looking at your comments on our last video, and there were people in there saying, Craig talking about get off your medication. He ain't no damn doctor. First of all, you smooth brain motherfuckers. She never told anybody to get off their medication. See, this is what happens when you don't listen intently. I simply said that the products are all natural. Well, mine came. Did you start using it? It came the other day. It came so quickly. Miss Mary took one. It's very quick. Miss Mary took one with her. It was a huge bottle. The shipping is very quick. Thank you, Mo, for putting it down there. It's scrolling at the bottom. The promo code is Craig the Writer. All one word. But listen, ladies who have fibroid issues, men who have prostate. I got the prostate. That's right. And then people in general who have joint pain, knee pain. I even told Mo, because we told you already that Mo broke his ankle. The first thing I said to him, I said, you better order some of that soursop. Yes, inflammation. Mo broke his ankle and his finger is stiff. That inflammation, that inflammation gets in between the joints, but that soursop gets in there and smooths it all out. And I know some of you think, somebody say, hey, that soursop code ain't working. All one word, Craig the Writer. When you go to Liquid Blends, Craig the Writer, it's all one word. But and it'll take your percentage off. But the thing is, some of you were like, oh, well, Craig is just a paid influencer, No, baby. You were doing this before. I was doing this before those people made me an ambassador. That's what I was trying to explain. I was using it myself. And I was ordering it from my dad. Look at the message my father sent me today. I want you to look at this message, and I want you to read it. What does this say right here? Right down here. Read it. Craig, my sounds like a not around. What happened? Dangerously low. Dangerously. And my father would not. I took it to him, and he would not take it. He said, no, I ain't took it yet. Yes, in NJH, my father has turned around. This man is messaging me today at 12:25 p.m. I had already ordered him some. But the point is, this particular soursop, it has black pepper in it, it has turmeric in it, Whenever you have turmeric, you have to have black pepper in it to activate the turmeric. But it also has moringa, it has sea moss in it. But the point is, it's amazing for people who are suffering with MS, multiple sclerosis. I've been posting the messages that I've been getting from people. It is regulating people's blood pressure. Again, I am all about the health of people, but especially black people, especially the health of black people. It's all natural, and I'm never telling you guys to come off your medication. What I've explained is there are people who have said who's able to come off my blood pressure medication as a result of using the soursop. There are a lot of products over there. Some are specific for women, some are for all people, and some are for men, because there are some for prostate as well. But just take a look at it, do your own research, and if you're interested in, right, for male, because I'm a woman. Yeah. With a prostate. Correct. Now I'm a transgender woman with a prostate. Got it. Male. There's a difference between a grown man and a growing male. True. That's true. But you know what? I wanted to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. This is very big in the media this past week. Go ahead, Greg.
Yes. And how old are you now? 6. You're 6? You're 16. I'm 6. You're 6. Can we say happy birthday to you? Would you like the funny song now that I sing to you?
We did it, Joe. We did it.
You look like a monkey. You live in the zoo and you smell like one too. What? What gave her the unmitigated gall? And I know that there were people saying, well, I heard the song as a child and da-da-da-da. It doesn't matter. You're a white bitch singing this to a black kid, and you're singing it to the black, because there were white people under certain videos, because this has been all over social media. There were some white people, not all, there were some white people who were like, well, I heard this song as a child, da-da-da. But your history has now been attached to the evilness that's been connected to correlating black people to bunch of monkeys. And if you really look at it, y'all lips is more closer to monkey lips than any black person lips. Y'all lips be more closer to a monkey's lips than we could ever be. You ever look? We got them. You ever looked at a real white bitch lip? And we could have looked at a monkey's lip? This how I can tell some black people's lineage, because I see some black people got those little lips too, like Kaya. They got those real little lips like that. When I was getting ready to finish reading her down to the floor, girl, you got those goddamn lips, goddamn chimpanzee ass motherfucking lips, bitch. The white man lips, those thin lips, white man lips. Where did that come from? Because that was one of the first black people, because I used to look at her lips, like, where's your lips, bitch? You do all that reading and talk about people, where are your lips? Where are your lips, bitch? But here's the thing, there were several things that I noticed when I watched this video. Or I thought about, that came up for me. I thought about the many black and brown people, it's not just black people. I thought about the many black and brown people who are so gung-ho about sending their black children to white schools because they have better education or better resources. That said, yes, some white schools have better resources, computers and da-da-da-da. But you have to think about the exchange. Yes, your black child may go to this white school, and they have better school, better computers, better resources, better books, da-da-da-da. But then what is the exchange? I would not send my child into the line of fire. Because you have to think about the microaggressions. You have to think about your child being the only black child or the minority in the classroom and what it's going to do to your child's self-esteem, self-worth, etc., etc. Because I would not want my child to come home feeling like there's something wrong with their hair or their skin tone or their texture. Because these kinds of, now granted, this was a blaring assault and indictment on this child's race. But we got to think about that. The other thing that I thought about was there were all white children in there as this teacher sang this song. You could see visibly the little girl just folded into herself. I saw her folding into herself. And you gotta realize that, yes, that song may be older than the school system. Correct. But in the way that it was used, she wouldn't use that on a white child. She wouldn't use that on a white child. She relied on that song being as older than the school system to say I was just doing this out of the song that's old. What are you talking about? Yeah. Because they love to play like they don't know. Yeah. But I thought, when you look at that video again, who said that's actually a little boy? What? I don't know. No, they said that's not a little boy. Wait, who? The little boy in the video? Oh, it was a little boy. I thought that was a girl. He just had blacks. Play the video again, please. Oh, you got it. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, God. Ooh, my bitch is bad. Don't play the goddamn video again. I'm sorry, bitch. Don't you bring it to me, bitch. Where is it? Did we delete it? Somebody said that's a girl. See, I'm not doing this. Happy birthday to you.
Did you have a birthday last week?
Yes.
And how old are you now?
6.
You're 6. You're 16.
I'm 6.
You're 6. Can we say that?
It's a little boy. Okay, I'm sorry. Legend. But it's again, he's a baby. But it's in class. Regardless, right. You saw the baby falling into his lap. You could tell that he was impacted by that. Yeah, but the thing I think about, again, I thought about several things watching it. The scar, the emotional scar that he's going to carry. Because we don't know that may leave an indelible mark for him. He may carry that. Because I believe that when kids are young like that, they're shaped by their experiences. That can become a trauma that he carries for the rest of his life. Those of you who saw the movie, it was the movie where it was based on a book, and my girl Anjanou Ellis was the star, and it was based on the book. God, what is the name of the book? I know some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anjanou Ellis was in the book. She lost her mom, her cousin, her husband, and the author of this book. I have the book at home. But the cast, thank you, NJH, thank you very much. There's a movie based on the book Cast. The movie was called Origins, but the book is called Cast. Thank you very much for that. And in the book, there's a scene, in the movie, there's a scene where there's a little boy, a black boy, at a swimming pool. And all of his friends, the team that he's with, they're all white. The pool is white, the people at the pool are white, and they let everybody swim except this little black boy. And then the coach says, we can't not let him swim. We got to let him swim. Well, why weren't they? So they cleared the pool. Everybody has to get out of the pool. And then they let this one little black boy get in the pool on a float. And they told him, don't you touch the water, or we're going to drain this whole pool. Don't you touch the water. So he's on this float, and they're moving the float around the water. He never gets to touch the water in this hot summer day. He's on the float. And they like, don't you touch, don't you touch. They just moving him around the pool, and then they make him get out. My point in saying all of this is very similar to this. That's what I was thinking when I watched that.
Start losing weight with LifeMD's weight management program. With doctor guidance and a weekly shot, you can lose as much as 35 pounds.
He carried that his entire life. Because in the movie, they flashed to the little boy when he was an old man. And he never forgot that. And what I'm saying is, the scar that you carry as an individual who deals with something like that, but then think about from the other perspective of the white children who were at that swimming pool and the white children who were in this classroom. That's how they learn microaggressions. That's how they learn to sit by, stand by, and say nothing, because it's been normalized for them as children. And when it's normalized for them as children, they become grown people who go into a motherfucking voting booth and vote against anybody's rights who don't look like them, because it's been ingrained in them. And Craig, that's why when I be reading pussy ass motherfucking hoes, yes, and I say fuck they children, yes, I'm sorry, I'm one of those girls that's gonna say fuck your motherfucking kids, bitch, because I know you teaching your kids to be exactly like you. Exactly. So fuck your punk pussy ass kids. I know you don't do that. Exactly. I don't give, when people asking me, Master, well, what about the kids? I don't give a fuck about them motherfucking bitches. They're teaching those kids to be them. So no, I don't play like these kids out of the fucking ugly ass kids. It becomes normalized. That behavior it becomes normalized. And they can't really see. They can't celebrate it. That's what they always know. Even if it's unconscious, even if those white children in that video can't articulate what happened, they felt it. They felt it on a cellular level. And then they grow up, and then they behave in that same way because it's ingrained in them. So again, I'm going back to me, since y'all said I take it back, I'm going to take it back to me. When I'm ripping the bitch up and they kids in the bitch and all this stuff, I'm hitting your kids too, bitch, because you're teaching your kids to be executives. And let me tell you something from that shit. There's a few things that came out in the news this week, Craig, and me and Jaya and other people, Gigi, who sitting around some hours, we're talking about this with you. There were some wild things that happened to queer people. Right? People have been conditioned, even in the Sherry interview. People were more mad at Sherry calling that man's wife than the man that did the shit to Sherry. Yeah. And it's because people have been conditioned. If it's a fad, a tranny, or anything queer, it's okay for any ill thing to happen to them because God wants that to happen. Yeah. Because in their mind, they simply God hates man. Yeah. And so whatever ill thing happens to any one of them, it's okay. This is why y'all are all right when you see the president of the United States and the Republicans and Democrats together create legislature against queer people. You're okay with it. And then they have protect your children from them because they're the predators. And you're really not looking at the government is the problem. And Trump's spiritual advisor was just arrested the other day for pedophilia. All right. It's I think your mind's right. This spiritual advisor was just taken in handcuffs, bitch, for assaulting. I think the child was 12 years old or something like that. Now,
Father God.
lest I remind you that when President Obama was running, and he was a candidate, and he was associated with his pastor of many years, Jeremiah Wright, who they had pulled up video footage of him saying things about white people. They needed and wanted and demanded of President Obama to denounce him, to separate himself from the man whose church he had attended some time ago. They needed to denounce him. But Trump is associated with a predator, and they say nothing. And for the black men who support Trump, I'm like, nigga, do you know you have one set of this man has what, 52? You couldn't even. I think it's 34 or something. 34, whatever it is. You couldn't even get a job flipping a burger down into the Burger King. Do you remember you couldn't get a job at the Burger King because you had a felony, a weed felony? Right. And you over here supporting this nigga? It's crazy. They need to take that shit off you niggas' applications. Do you have a felony or not? And you niggas over here talking about something, yeah, he wanted to, and you niggas still can't get no fucking job. You can't get no passport. You can't get no nothing. You definitely can't get no passport. And here this cracker going to different countries. Like, what the fuck? And you over here uplifting me saying this is the person that's causing you the bad stuff and has done worse than you? That's why I had to change barbers. When that nigga gave me the slightest inclination, and he was a Trump supporter, I said, oh, yeah, I got to go. I'm like, what's wrong with you niggas? It's a slave mentality, though. It is a slave mentality. What's wrong with you niggas? This nigga don't even pay his taxes. He don't do nothing with taxes. He tax evades and all. And you bitches be willing to listen. If you girls working, I'm finna say some really crazy shit. What you gonna say? Bitch, you hoes is scamming and doing anything fraudulent to the government with taxes and anything like that, bitch, I'm never turning you in. And I know you're doing it, I'm never turning you girls in, bitch. This man don't play nothing with his tax. He don't cheat on, bitch. He's zero out on every fucking thing. Are you fucking crazy? You bitches be over here really turning in and caring about your sister and your president of these United States, bitch. What? I just be really over here looking at you. What you niggas be saying? What do you hear? What do you hear? Because again, I was looking at some things this week, and they were saying, and I think I talked to you about it. They were saying in October, this current month, this is when we're really going to start to see and feel the effects of the tariffs. You're going to start to see the difference in your in the grocery stores, because there are a lot of countries that aren't even shipping things as basic as beans. Beans, bitch. He finna put 100% tariffs on people that are making movies outside the United States. And what you gotta realize is that the tariffs don't affect the people that's filming; it affects the consumer. So when you go to the movies and you gotta pay $35 for a movie, a ticket, you like, what's that movie tickets getting to be? It's the tariffs, bitch. When me and my motherfucking mama was sitting in the car, whatever, and I had got Instacart grocery, that shit was dead at $300. My mom was like, well, I said, mama, this is your president. The groceries are like this because but we ain't never gonna. I said, hush, mama. And thank the Lord that we have the ability to afford $300 or $400 worth of groceries. Thank the Lord that we have the ability to do that. Because we're never going back in a time where the groceries not going to be this high.
Oh, shit.
We're never going back in a time where the groceries are not going to be this fucking high. Yes, Sandy, food banks are closing. And I was talking to Madison, I think, yesterday, and I was just saying how, with this government shutdown, and I'm talking about Medicare and Medicaid and health insurance going up 3 times and like there are going to be hospitals that are going to start closing. So like if you live in the city of Atlanta, you may be okay in terms of being able to get to a hospital in terms of proximity, but then you may have to wait longer for service because hospitals outside of Atlanta, like Rockdale County and et cetera,
Yo, one night we should sneak
movie
chop a
clones.
huge ass T-bone.
So then you
I'd
have
love to see him rip that
an
shit apart.
influx of people going
Just
to
like old times.
metropolitan hospitals, and you're waiting forever. It's short staffed. But one of the things that I've been seeing is there are countries who are no longer sending food. Grocery items. A lot of the groceries that we shop for in our store, they're coming from someplace else. So it is important that you stock up on your pantry items, dried items, rice, grains, beans, pastas. You can't necessarily stock up on produce because produce will spoil. You have to stock up on things like that. The toilet paper, paper towels, like shit is crazy. If you can. If you can stock up. And this is why I preach over here a lot about pay for your say. I know some of you think that it's just a gimmick and we just saying it because we want to get a check. I'm saying it because I'm trying to help y'all have another stream of income. Because it's tax-free money. And you're just getting
These
paid
shifts
for
don't
your
last
opinion,
long.
for your input on something. But shit is getting real crazy. But again, we got to get back to community. We got to get back to community. Sharing, being in community with each other in terms of pooling our resources, and in some instances that may mean food and toilet paper and, those things, those essential things. Girl, potted meat. Bitch, I can't tell how much tuna and salmon I got in the can. Girl, bitch, you got you some can, you got albacore in here, bitch, albacore and the regular. Bitch, I think that, because that pure albacore be so good, bro. I mix the albacore with the regular, because I like it when it's fixed, bitch. Because the alcohol sometimes you're gonna drown. That's it. You gotta put that extra mayonnaise in there. The vegan mayonnaise. I use the vegan mayo. I use the regular mayonnaise, the egg whites. The vegan mayo tastes just like it does not. Yes, it does. It does not. I do know because I've had the vegan mayo in there, and it does not taste the same, girl. It does not. Y'all girls that be eating that vegan. This child ain't talking about paying for your sins, trying to start. Or them and then how you identify? No, G. Wells, that's his opinion. It's not his opinion. No, listen, Chris. He either tried it or he just slow and don't know how to figure out. That's their opinion, but it ain't factual. There are countless people who have made mega money who are actually buying their trip to Antigua. That's right. That's on you. Run the fucking thing to Antigua, bitch. Talking about what you know, not what you think. Bottom. If you are a member of Pay for Your Say and you have yet to make money, I say this all the time. Email Kim. She's there to hold your hand. Just ask for help. It's just like when you were in school. If you needed a little coach class, you gotta go to the teacher. The teacher ain't gonna come to you. You gotta go to the teacher. So again, email her. When you get over to the website, scrolling at the bottom, she will help you. Don't sit there in these comments talking about some foolishness. I'm not going to steer you wrong when it comes to trying to support you, whether it's your health, whether it's a way to make money. That's it. That's all. So, Craig, I had Jaya. All right, Erica, put Erica thing on there. Erica said she made $600 and what you call Erica made money. Right, so D. Willie, what you got to say? Put Erica's thing on demo. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. It was a 2-day mock trial. I talk about the mock trials all the time. Mock trials are like juries. These are actual cases that are going to go to court. But they try to do these mock trials to prevent them from going to court. It's like a mediation. And so they assemble 12 people, just like on a regular jury, and they pay you because they get your input, and then they try to settle it without going to court. And they basically pay you. So she's saying that she made $600 from a couple of my trials. There are plenty of studies out there. Dean Duty said I average $1,000 a month. Oh, shit. That's right. Off of Pay for Your Say. Again, this is money that you can make. Lori Harris said I made $2,600 first month. Whoa, shit. You see the comments? And I don't know these people. I don't know these people. Those TV said I just made $300. So again, the money is there. It is. So go ahead on and make your money so you can get this trip to Antigua, bitch, or pay some bills. And or come on out to this party. You know, me and Brandy tickets is the same at $80. Oh, see, Plumber said I paid for my Jamaica trip. I know that's right. I mean, pay for your Antigua trip or come on out to the party. No. Right. $80, girl. Nightly Topic said I made $3,000 last month. Oh, yeah. Send that out for the plate around. You children gotta make it all this save money. But no, what were you gonna say? So you guys, if you're watching, we talked about this show. We talked about the thing. If you look at my Instagram page, I had Jaya post slides, and my Craig, you can read it for yourself. Our caption was very simple. What is the caption? The Miss Cherry the Boom and my interview on Outlook.
I didn't even look. Cut it out. Great.
If you have
Yesterday I watched 3 episodes in a row, and it's so fucking good. I loved Ozark, so probably gonna be like one of my. Let's go. Fuck that shit. You might force it.
I don't give a fuck. Oh my god.
Hey. Alright, let's talk. Yeah, I don't fuck with weed. Makes me anxious. But every time Lamar walks in smiling like that, I want to try it again. Keep your eyes open.
It won't let me. I wish it would. It won't let me. There's a Lion King stuck in my head.
There's more, Jim. And it is here, on these grounds, St. Peter's Square, that his funeral will be held. This is what 18 months of war has done for the children of Gaza. Where do you find
an immigration enforcement campaign? And just hours after he resigned, the French president has agreed to hold one final round of...
Wait, what? Oh.
That request came from the French president, who is under pressure to call snap elections. Sebastian Lecornu is...
Oh, I thought Cookie Man resigned.
In less than 2 years. Agreed shortly after unveiling his view in cabinet. The Trump administration is facing tough questions over a classified Justice Department memo that reportedly tries to justify legal strikes against suspected cartel targets. At least 4 attacks have been carried out on small boats in the Caribbean since early September. They've killed more than a dozen people who they claim are alleged drug traffickers in international waters. Attorney General Pam Bondi is set to face lawmakers from Capitol Hill later today. This questions mount over the administration's legal justification for these strikes. In a CNN exclusive, senior national security reporter Zachary Cohen reports from Washington.
Sources tell us the Trump administration has produced a classified legal opinion that appears to justify carrying out lethal strikes against an expansive list of drug cartels and alleged drug traffickers in Latin America. Now, this is a list that goes well beyond the groups that the Trump administration publicly labeled as foreign terrorist organizations, and it appears to leave the door open for a more open-ended war against these cartel groups and their associates. Now, look, this is going to be a controversial opinion, and it's one that will likely come up during tomorrow's hearing when Attorney General Pam Bondi testifies before the Senate. We've heard from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle who have made clear that they're dissatisfied with the Trump administration's legal justification for these strikes against boats in the Caribbean. Many have asked to see this legal opinion that has been produced by the Justice Department's Office of Legal Counsel, but they have not received it yet. So tomorrow will really be the first time that lawmakers in public will have the opportunity to press the Trump administration's top law enforcement official on not only what the legal justification for these strikes is, but revelations related to the OLC opinion. Zachary Cohen, CNN, Washington.
Still to come, Taylor Swift groups of fans are still interested in the life of a showgirl with a big box office release to coincide with a new album.
When you look at your grocery bill, is it so high it knocks you off your feet? It's time to stand up and save with
Unlike his predecessors, he lasted just weeks, not months. And that's leaving the French president with few options. Emmanuel Macron has asked the latest outgoing prime minister to hold talks with rivals one more time in hopes of a breakthrough, with an answer expected by Wednesday. CNN's Alyssa Bell reports from Paris. Another French prime minister steps down, this time after just 27 days in office.
Damn.
And only years after naming his government, parts of which appeared unhappy from the start.
the very principle of building and take into account a certain number of red lines. But we cannot be at both extremes.
Sébastien Lecornu becomes the fourth French prime minister to fail to build a stable majority since the June 2024 dissolution of parliament. A staunch ally of President Emmanuel Macron, he took office after François Bayrou was ousted by lawmakers in September. Before him, Michel Barnier had also lost confidence in parliament, and much for the same reasons.
We proposed a budget, a difficult budget, where everything was difficult, to reduce our deficit. This deficit did not disappear by the magic of a no-confidence vote.
Yes.
After just 3 months in office, Barnier had been the shortest-serving prime minister in the history of the Fifth Republic. Now he's been beaten by Lecornu, who served just days rather than months. with the pressure on President Macron to call another parliamentary election growing.
I'm calling on him to dissolve the National Assembly because we've reached the end of the road and there is no solution. And therefore, the only wise decision in these circumstances is to return to the polls and for the French to give direction to the country.
Those calls from the far right growing all the more insistent, but polls suggest that the party would do even better in a snap election today than it did in 2024. The problem for President Macron is that with this latest resignation, he's fast running out of any other options. Melissa Bell, CNN, Paris.
The UK police say one man has been arrested in connection with a suspected arson attack at a mosque. The incident is being treated as a hate crime. This video shows two suspects attempting to force their way into the mosque in East Sussex before pouring and igniting gasoline on the front steps. Two people are still inside and were able to escape. The attack is the latest in a string of violent incidents involving a hate crime in the UK. Still to come, a CNN exclusive, a classified Justice Department memo reportedly justifies a lethal strike of suspected cartel boats in international waters.
Looks like things are heating up. You'll need to lose the police attention before you come anywhere near us again.
An act to send National Guard troops to U.S. cities. Oregon and Illinois are already challenging the administration in court over the deployments. The president has said he wants the troops to crack down on crime and to protect federal immigration agents. Chicago's mayor is urging Americans to fight back.
What this president is doing is illegal, it's unconstitutional, and it's dangerous. Nowhere in the country am I hearing mayors request that we occupy the cities in America with the military. The brave women and men who signed up to protect our democracy did not do it with the idea of being used against the American people. And so we're going to stand firm and resolute in protecting the interests of Chicagoans and, quite frankly, protecting our democracy.
State and local officials also say protesters at immigration facilities have been mostly peaceful, and the troops are acting as instigators. More now from CNN's Omar Jimenez.
We're here at this ICE facility that's been at the center of a lot of protests just outside Chicago here. This is in Broadview, and you'll notice there aren't that many people. In fact, there's actually no one really here. But you see the fencing that was put up here in response to some of the level of protests that we've seen to this point. We are at this point under a protest curfew instituted by the mayor, but numbers here typically wildly fluctuate. So this isn't really a direct indication of a response to that. But it's also a place where National Guard troops could be deployed. And the reason for that is because the orders that they are being given at this point, as we understand from the White House, is that they would be to protect federal property and personnel. And many in the Trump administration have argued that the personnel here have been under direct threat when faced with some of these protests. But also critically, a federal judge did not immediately block the deployment of National Guard troops here in Illinois. Instead, gave the Trump administration 2 days to respond, but also wanted answers to 3 questions. In particular, when National Guard troops will arrive in Illinois, what municipalities they will be sent to, and what the scope of the troop activities will be once here, with the hearing set for Thursday morning. Now, we mentioned the Illinois National Guard troops. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says around 400 Texas National Guard troops were authorized to send to other states, including Illinois, along those similar lines to protect federal personnel and property, though we don't know exactly what that will look like here on the ground just yet. And for context, in the Chicago area, if we want to go into the city limits, we are coming out of what has been a very tense week. Just Monday, the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, signed an executive order barring federal immigration officials from using city property to prepare for operations. That includes staging for potential raids. And we've seen controversial raid in the city of Chicago where 37 people were arrested, but a lot of damage done and a lot of people detained, including American citizens as well. And on that order, I asked the mayor if that would mean if police officers could be arresting federal agents. He told me that it really was more about setting a legal way in for accountability if they find federal immigration officials are breaking those rules. And we saw responses from a number of local state leaders today against the Trump administration, but I think the sentiment across all of them was summed up best by Mayor Johnson, who said, quote, "I'm calling on this president to leave us the freak alone." Omar Jimenez, CNN, Broadview, Illinois.
Which is Los Angeles now, and Jessica Levinson, professor of law at Loyola Law School and host of Passing Judgment podcast. Good to have you with us. Appreciate your time tonight.
Absolutely.
So Chicago's governor has called the deployment of National Guard troops to Chicago an unconstitutional invasion. Legally speaking, does the federal government have the authority to send troops into a state over the objections of its local leaders?
Sometimes they do. The answer is a very lawyerly one, which is it depends. So essentially, we're looking at different statutes to determine when and whether the president has the ability to say, I'm sending in the National Guard, even though the governor doesn't want it, even if locally elected officials don't want it. And so one of the things we've seen play out in Los Angeles and Oregon and now in Illinois as well is the president is invoking the statute that's called 12406, and he essentially has to show that there is an invasion or a rebellion or that he's unable to execute federal law through the regular forces. That would, under that statute, give him the power to federalize the National Guard. And then, of course, there's the Insurrection Act, which hasn't been used in our country for decades. And there are portions of that act which similarly, if there are prerequisite facts on the ground, like an insurrection, would give the president the power to send in active duty military members and the National Guard, again, over the wishes of the governor and locally elected officials. But you have to make sure that those factual prerequisites are present.
So in Oregon, for example, a federal judge has temporarily blocked a similar deployment there. Trump has suggested that he could invoke the Insurrection Act. So it sounds to me like you're saying the bar is pretty high to invoke that.
So I don't know that the bar is pretty high, but there is a bar. And so I know that sounds strange, but one of the things that the Trump administration had argued with respect not to the Insurrection Act, but that first federal law we were talking about, is that a decision by the president to federalize the National Guard against the wishes of the governor just couldn't be reviewed by judges at all. He has thus far lost that argument. Judges have, in general, said, look, when it comes to this question, Mr. President, of if you have to federalize the National Guard, judges owe you deference. But what we've seen over the weekend from the judge in Oregon is that that deference is not limitless, and that presidents have to be able to point to some facts on the ground indicating that the statutory prerequisites, again, that the facts show that they can take these extraordinary steps. So how high a bar is it? Honestly, we're about to find out, I think.
Yeah, we certainly are. And I want to ask you a little bit about that in just a sec, but I want to look at the numbers. In Chicago, the troop deployment so far is 300 Illinois National Guard troops in a city of 3 million people. From a legal and political perspective, does this strike you as symbolic?
So it really, again, it depends on why the president is saying that those troops are needed. If it is because there are specific areas where I think what he would be claiming is that he cannot, through the normal forces, through the regular channels, execute federal law. What does that mean? That ICE agents couldn't do their job, for instance. Then what he would say is the statute only allows me to send in as many National Guard members as is necessary, and that's what I deemed based on the facts on the ground. So, again, this is a situation where, as the attorney for the federal government said just last night in an emergency hearing, we just don't have a lot of precedent.
because we haven't had presidents test this statute before. So we don't know what's legally permissible.
All right, I'm sure we'll be discussing this again in the coming days. Jessica Levinson, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, the political chaos in France has claimed yet another casualty. Ahead, what brought down the Prime Minister, plus a last-ditch request from the French president. The memorial was held there ahead of the anniversary. In total, a mosque killed 1,200 people and took more than 250 hostages. There are still about 48 held in Gaza, 20 of whom are believed to be alive. Next hour, Israelis are set to gather in Hostage Square in Tel Aviv to mark the second.
Lost podcast has caused lots of discourse around some topics. What are your thoughts? Let's chat. In these comments, these comments are great. These comments are crazy, Brady. Yeah. These comments are crazy. Again, you all prove my point every single time when I'm having a simple conversation on little things. Like, these comments are crazy. Yeah. Crazy. These comments are insane. Insane. In this slide, I post differences of opinion. I post women who were opposed to the interview. I post women who were who agreed with the interview. I post gay men. I post everybody. I wasn't posting it to be divisive. I posted because these are the conversations that have been had around the interview. Yeah. And what's so crazy is a lot of the women that are coming with the vitriolic conversation. It's so crazy to me because it's just like nobody disrespected you. No one disrespected you or said anything negative or ill about you. No one. Which brings me back to when I said we trans women can go under 100 women's pictures and tell them how gorgeous, beautiful, how bad they is, how gorgeous their dress is, how pretty their skin is, how beautiful they are. But the moment that when our comment section is turned on,
Hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, buddy! Yeah, what's cracking? Oh, this is bad. This is very, very, very bad. I shouldn't be here. See, I should be with Trevor or at the airport. Now, someone, I'm not saying who, well, anyway, it's not my place to question leadership decisions. But someone may have told the Vagos and the Ballas and the frat boys and the Lost and the O'Neills, told them all where their stuff is. If you want to get paid, I'd get over there. Quick! Now I got to... Don't let him kill him.
Mm.
Yes, this will do very nicely. Very nice place you've got. Very chic. Nothing like a bourgeois bank robber to remind me of how strange Los Santos has become. In my day, the psychos at least had the dignity to be psychotic. Nowadays, it's all about home furnishings and going straight. All right, you ready? Because this is it. Well, it's not it, but it's something very big. It's not quite ready yet, but I wanted to see how you're doing. What I've got is a Fleesa Bank franchise. And it's nothing too complicated. There's no buy-in. Now, normally, there would be a buy-in. You would put in money up front, we would arrange the job, and you would pull it off. But this time, I'll cover the upfront costs. Call it the price of getting a look at you. And there's no risk to you. Unless, of course, you count getting locked up or shot. So, you ready? And what do you think? You questions, comments, concerns? All right. What are you waiting for? Let's go see this place.
The amount of vicious, nasty, low down, disgusting comments to us, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to point that out and be like, yo,
Be accountable.
nobody, right, no one wants to be accountable and be like, ladies, you're doing this. We're telling you that this is what's going on. You're doing this.
Yeah, this is our experience with you.
This is our experience, and we're telling you, like, we don't got no pressure with you.
Yeah.
So what is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem?
Yeah.
So again, we're back to the space of
That shit was cool. So what if he was making a little money on the side? I mean, we all gotta make it. Nah, man, I don't mean that. Don't put words in my mouth, homie. Yo, check it out. I want to start a band. We don't need to learn any instruments. That's what they have computers for, dude. Just get a laptop and some microphones and we'll be on the non-stop Pussy Express. Rock and roll, dude. I'll catch you later. Yo, dude. Let's hang at the beach soon.
Yeah, I got it. No problem, Mr. DiNapoli. Hey, girl, what you doing? Oh, just on my way to my man's house. I'm gonna surprise him. Respect, okay?
Shit, I was freaking out. Hey, that shit was fucked up last night. Sunday, what's cracking? Nothing. About to go buy some fucking yellow smoke. What's up?
Okay. So, are you ready? This should be pretty easy. I've kept it simple since you all seem pretty simple. In a good way. In a good way. In a good
Hey. You alright?
Alright, here we go. The one we've all been waiting for. Alright, put your masks on when you get in the bank, then crowd control. Well, crowd control. You get in their faces, shout at them, shoot near them if you have to. Just try not to kill them. I knew that wouldn't be cool. Demolitions, Haggard, your first job's to subdue the guards. Again, try and do it without killing them. Then when that's done, go downstairs and hit the vault. I've given you special carbines with suppressors. Use them wisely. Like I said, this is a big deal, people. Don't fuck it up.
I'd never feed him that guard.
See you at Mel's later.
Damn it, they keep having words, bitch. No! Okay, well that'll work though, because he could definitely get rid of the voice. We can definitely do that. Girl, bye. Okay, I did spell it right.
Okay. So, are you ready? This should be pretty easy. I've kept it simple since you all seem pretty simple. In a good way. In a good way. In a good straight ahead, low IQ kind of. Oh no! Let's stop it. Stop it. It's the new meds.
Alright, here we go. The one we've all been waiting for. Put your masks on when you get in the bank. Then crowd control. You're on, well, crowd control. You get in their faces. Shout at them. Shoot near them if you have to. Just try not to kill them. Mind you, that wouldn't be cool. Demolitions, hacker, your first job's to subdue the guards. Again, try and do it without killing them. Then when that's done, go downstairs and hit the vault. I've given you special carbines with suppressors. Use them wisely. Like I said, this is a big deal, people. Don't fuck it up. Go! We need crowd control managing hostages. Demolitions and hacker putting down guards. Again, try not to kill the hostages. If this goes to shit, we'll need collateral. Guards are down? Okay, demolitions blow the first gate. Charges are on a timer. Keep that in mind. Remember, the gates you're going through are a special alloy. Only the thermal charges you got from the convoy will work on them. You were warned about the hostages, weren't you? How many times do I have to say something? Stay in control. If they think you're weak, they might try something.
Adidas has launched a collection of pet quotes. They include the company's iconic track.
Messi, Derek Van Dam, CNN, Atlanta.
Adidas has launched a collection of pet quotes. They include the company's iconic tracksuit.
Derek.
In the ring, who's been took just gaps, poppings.
You think time. Earlier, the corner said you can't.
It's about helping you get up and go. Giving you what you need to get ahead of the day.
Get more out of your morning with WDSU, Robbie's local late-breaking news.
Hurricane storms inside down to the River Street. New Orleans, 45 most accurate forecast.
Local breaking traffic, making sure we're on time for you guys. And the late-breaking stories that impact you, so you're ready for whatever the day throws your way.
Thanks for starting your day with us here at WDSU News this morning, every day from 4:30 to 7 a.m. Poverty is a problem in Southeast Louisiana.
Okay, I'll tell you what's a good number one. I'll make sure we have all the screws, okay?
This is going to get embarrassing even before we started.
Can you open these ones?
It's open, yes, it's open.
Yeah, I would like to see them here.
No, they'll fall on the floor.
Okay, let's see.
Actually, no, I mustn't argue. I must not argue with the CEO like that does actually know what he's doing.
We will see that in a minute. So, we're going to start with these legs, actually.
Take the legs.
Yeah, we take the legs.
We want the bit with the two holes at the bottom.
Right, so which way are they going to go?
It goes, yeah, that bit. The prongs pointing away from where you point the rounded bits.
Okay, good. Here we are.
No implications on the line.
I know. This is the risk we were taking. We go through and I think that's a big deal.
What do you think is one of your biggest achievements?
I think, to be honest, I think I've been leading to transformations. I think to be open to change and to be able to leave a legacy, strong legacy, to love the past but also create the future. After the inflation. So we invested 2.1 billion euro in lower prices, which actually made our last year's savings in units like the pieces and customers to do incredible.
Right, okay, so you're in a full done. So, now we're on to number 5. Oh, now we have to list it. Oh, this is boring. This is.
We're going to make it. We're going to slide into this one, right?
What's slide on that? I see, yes, it's sliding there.
It's quite simple, actually.
Don't it say how much is the reputation? You know, everybody loves IKEA stuff. And the quality level is good, but people still would like to see the sometimes just as it has for furniture. It needs work.
Well, we did actually, to be honest, back in 2000, I think 12, 13, we took a little look at ourselves and we had excellent picture of it. We had some new responses, if I say like that. So we did a total wash, but the interesting thing, the most interesting thing, Richard, was our products weren't actually designed and engineered for second hand. So the first assembly works, but when you disassemble it and assemble it many times, it actually stops. So you have to actually redo all the engineering.
Right, so what would you prefer to do? Keep the obsolescence involved, in other words, once you've disassembled it's useless or not as good, or re-engineer so the second assemblies.
No, we made the decision those so we have to do it for second assembly.
Right.
All right. So let's get to the last one here.
So far, so good. We need to design this. It's really good. It's
a very interesting design form. Let's go back to design. It's 5 things. It's form, function, quality, sustainability, and then the most tricky one of all, low price. So you need to do all of this and still make sure that it's, and that's why engineering.
How does sustainability come into conflict with low price?
Today, obviously, sustainability is one of the biggest drivers for us to get cost and price down. And when you look at it, it's not that difficult, right? If you manage to make the flat pack flatter, you will save cost. If you find a way to save material, you will save cost. If you build in circular flows, you save cost. If you have in your production, you will save cost.
You gonna hit me, bitch? Yes, take his ass out. Beat his ass up, bitch. Beat his fucking ass.
So it's built for comfort. It should be safe. What could possibly go wrong? We made it. So
yes, beat his ass.
The do wonder how long it took them to make that in real time. While stargazers around the world are lifting their eyes to the stars to witness 2025's first supermoon. The larger, brighter display occurs when a full moon coincides with the moon's closest approach to Earth. This was the view in Bogota, Colombia. And this was the view of Pakistan, where crowds gather to mark the luminous moment. This particular full moon is often referred to as the harvest moon in the northern hemisphere due to its close proximity.
All right, it is time for bed. Good night, y'all. I will see y'all later. What? What? What's up? What's good? What? What?